The Chicago Bulls in their West Coast trip going 3 for 3. And me and C Dub are going to talk about some of the biggest takeaways from that West Coast trip. We're going to talk about Josh Giddey and him getting closer to passing Michael Jordan on an all-time triple doubles list for the Chicago Bulls. And then with the expectation that Jaden Ivey is going to return to the team, we're going to talk about how important is it to see Jaden Ivey on the basketball court. But before we talk about it and break it all down, you gotta hear the music first. Cognac, gang. Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and guess what? I am with my dog, C-Dub. What's the word?
What up, what up, what up?
Hey, man, if y'all tuned in, like what y'all listening to today, even when the Chicago Bulls give you a headache, because they give me a lot of those, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe as we are trying to reach the goal of 10K. C-Dub, how you doing, brother?
I'm feeling great, man. Sunday. No sports today, but I'm still feeling good, though. It don't matter. We still talking Bulls. Let's get it.
You already know. But hey, man, the Chicago Bulls, they in a West Coast trip going 3 for 3. Pretty much at 500 on that when it comes to that. Some of the key takeaways, though, from it, man. Me personally, I'm looking at Matas Buzelis, who went out there during this West Coast trip and got himself a career high. Josh Giddey, who during this West Coast trip went out there and got him a couple triple doubles. You seen some good moments from Leonard Miller. You seen some elevation of Rob Dillingham after so many people counted him out. How you feeling about the West Coast trip, man? And what are some of your biggest takeaways?
Yeah, I feel like I witnessed the emergence. You could go down the line, just like you were saying, like Josh Giddey. Like, he's really, really good at the game of basketball, bro. He's a really good player. He's improved his jump shot. He's a threat from beyond the three-point range, and he's already an elite passer in the NBA. Matas Buzelis, when given a little bit more responsibility, has proven that he's at least up for the challenge. 41 points, 28 points, and 20 points in the last game against the Clippers is nothing to sneeze at for Matas Buzelis. And being a competitor, getting feisty with it, getting into it with Luka Doncic. He got the short end of that stick, but you got to love that shit, though, that the young boy is stepping up to the challenge. And Leonard Miller, this kid is athletic. He plays defense. He can shoot the three. It's kind of what we want Patrick Williams to be. And this is only a couple games, and I think this kid can be this type of player each and every game. Of course, we're going to have to see some more, but so far, so good for Leonard Miller and Rob Dillingham. Picture Rob Dillingham from his first game coming into the league, into the Chicago Bulls to right now. He's a different player. His confidence, and it just looked like he got a joy for the game. You see expression on his face. You see him smiling. You see him talking with his teammates. Like, he knows he's going to get a chance to get out there and play. And with a talent like that, sometimes just a little bit of confidence can go a long way, bro. We just figuring out a couple things, bro. We're figuring out some things.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that when you talk about Rob Dillingham specifically, his last 2 games was probably the best 2 games that I ever seen him play. And that's considering when you talk in the less than 50 games that he played with the Minnesota Timberwolves in his rookie year, and then playing just a handful of games with the Minnesota Timberwolves before he came over to the Chicago Bulls. That was you know what I'm saying? And it's fair. Like, a lot of people was not on board with him. It's fair. But I always told people, let's give the young fella All-Star break, after All-Star break, all the way into the end of the season before we try to cast him off as being a guy that's not ready for NBA basketball. And I think that for the last two games, he looked like he ready to go. The game prior to the Clippers game versus the Lakers, he was making good, really, really good passes. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you could pass like that. And then in the Clippers game, he did an excellent job as well. So you see some of those games, and then you look at it and you just say, hey, what can this young fella do with more opportunity? The same thing goes for a guy like Leonard Miller. And you look at Leonard Miller and you say, Billy Donovan. Why Patrick Williams still got to enter the game? I'm just saying, like, I get it that we playing politics. You know, you paying this guy a bunch of money. But at the end of the day, it's like, how the fuck does Leonard Miller come into these situations and he looks more prepared? He looks more readily available. He looks more athletic. He looks more energized. He looks like he's more prepared to play basketball. I've been saying it since I seen him the first time that Leonard Miller has a quick second jump. If he misses a shot, the second jump off the missed shot, he's going right back up and he's going to attempt to put it back in. And on the defensive side, he's going to allow the Chicago Bulls to have a little bit more defensively. And it's just so many things that he's going to add on to the Chicago Bulls. For Patrick Williams' sake, man, we always say Patrick Williams, he's good for what? 9 and 4. 9 points, 4 rebounds. Leonard Miller, in his starts, he doing more than that. So it's one of those things to where you look at the situation and you say, hey, Billy Donovan, get this young man more opportunities, man, because we tanking. Yeah, it's not looking really good for the sake of wins and losses. But at the end of the day, there are some really good bright spots that you could take away from this stretch of games to where you can look at Josh Giddey. You can look at Matas Buzelis and his development. You can look at guys that are trying to come into the fold of what this team should look like moving forward. And you could just go ahead and chalk it up to the game that some of these players should stick around and they rightfully deserve some more opportunities.
Yeah. Really quick before we move on to the next topic. When it comes to Rob Dillingham, some bad situations are nuanced bad situations. The kid couldn't get on the basketball floor in Minnesota. They was on their way to their third straight Western Conference finals appearance. And they just don't have time to develop this kid.
Agree.
And with the talent from college, if you go and look at the tape in college, you can see the talent. I know it ain't the pros, but you can see the talent. And when it comes to Leonard Miller, hey, man, perseverance, man. This kid was playing in the G League earlier this season.
Fact.
Now it's looking like everybody like, hold on, could we get dude signed? Is we starting to think like that? Of course, we got to give him some more time. But we thinking, like, yeah, bro, you got a lot of tools that we like.
I agree with that, bro. I think it's one of those things to where you look at the whole entire situation and you just say, right now, I think the Bulls, they're not going nowhere. So you got to see who can potentially stick around for another year or two or so on and so forth. One of those guys is Yabusele. But I think that when we talked about it over a live call, that he's so good that some team in contention might snatch him up. So you can't be mad at that. So while you're working on that and focusing on other things, you might have to consider the development of Rob Dillingham. You might have to consider the development of Leonard Miller. And I think those are all valid points, bro. You got to go out there and see what these guys can give you in a said basketball game for the team. Because honestly, this is what I'm about to go on a little quick rant, bro. This is why I say all NBA players don't deserve guaranteed contracts. Because why the fuck you can't move off Patrick Williams? I'm serious. Why can't we move off Patrick Williams?
He signed on the dotted line.
Everybody don't deserve a fully guaranteed contract, bro.
He signed on the dotted line.
I know it's not his fault that they offered him the money, so I can't fault him. I got to fault the front office. It's just one of those things to where you look at it and you be like, damn, bro. if the contracts were similar to how it is, and let's just say the quote unquote NFL, he'll have a 2 year, well, he'll have a 4 year contract with 2 years guaranteed, and you can move off this motherfucker this offseason. He ain't, he doing the same thing he did 2 years ago.
4 years ago.
Same shit. It's
Florida
crazy.
State years.
The same thing. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So it's a little frustrating, but at the end of the day, the Bulls gonna have to figure out what they need to do, and Patrick Williams is here to stay. That's just what it is.
And then we got to showcase him a little bit. We got to give him more minutes if we got. But is that a good thing again? Because we want to showcase him. We want somebody to get an interest of him and be like, yeah, man, fuck it. We'll give you a second for Patrick, bro. Is that's crazy coming out my mouth to say, okay, we'll give you a second for Patrick Will.
It is crazy because I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Damn, bro.
But hey, man. Wow, speaking of guys who shined out, we mentioned Josh Giddey, we mentioned Matas Buzelis, and a couple of other fellas during the West Coast trip. Josh Giddey, C-Dub, has been on a tear, man. Josh Giddey is close to shattering the triple-double record set by Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT. I don't care what nobody say. Don't come to me talking about LeBron is the GOAT. I don't care about none of that. I already know what it is. I always tell people what separates the good from the greats is the mentality. And the mentality that Michael Jordan had for the Chicago Bulls was, I'm not finna lose.
Yeah.
I'm not finna lose. I don't care what team I got. I don't care who brought the guys in. I'm about to go win. But nonetheless, Josh Giddey, this season, C-Dub, 11 triple-doubles. Last season, 7 triple-doubles for a total of 18 triple-doubles, just past Scottie Pippen on the triple-doubles all-time list for the Chicago Bulls and edging up closer to Michael Jordan in that department. Man, how you feeling about Josh Giddey going out there and supplanting himself as a Bulls great?
I think it's remarkable when you think about he only played one in like 3/4 seasons, and he already surpassed guys like Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc. He's second behind the greatest Michael Jordan. I think he can probably pass Michael Jordan next year on Bulls all time. He is an elite playmaker. He doesn't do it with all the flash all the time. Sometimes he'll throw a little hot dog on it, but it's just going to be effective, smart passing from Josh Giddey. And he's a really, really underrated rebounder. He can sneak up under you. He's very strong, box you out, and that's how he get those rebounds and get out on a break. And then that's when he's really dangerous. And of course, he improved his shooting. So it's all coming together where he's just hitting these triple doubles more frequently, the better and more comfortable he is in the position he is in here with the Chicago Bulls, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Josh Giddey going out there and getting those triple doubles is essential to the success of the Chicago Bulls. Me personally, because I'm looking at Josh Giddey. If you go out there, you giving us 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. That means that you're doing your job scoring wise, but you're also helping the team in the rebound department, and then you're also dishing out assists to help guys score. So I think that's a huge part. And then when I look at the triple doubles that Josh Giddey is putting forward, and I compare that to Matas Buzelis, who I believe is one of the better defensive guys that's out there in the NBA, where you say this guy, his teammate is getting a triple double, and then Matas Buzelis himself is going out there and averaging double-digit points, let's just say 20 for the sake of discussion, and then getting a number of rebounds, let's just say 6, but then also adding on to those 20 points, 6 rebounds, and then you out there getting 2 blocks a game. That means that one person is helping the team offensively create things. And then the other person in Matas Buzelis is helping the team not only offensively, but help generate things defensively by generating a lot of blocks that in a lot of turns turn into opportunities for the offense. I think that's a good combination to have for the Chicago Bulls. So I look at it as Josh Giddey getting closer and closer to Michael Jordan as a sign of, hey, this player is really good for the Chicago Bulls. Do we still need more? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you still find yourself a really good guy in Josh Giddey to pair with a guy like Matas Buzelis, who can give you a little bit more defensively in the shot blocking department, which is going to be good for the sake of the Chicago Bulls moving forward if they make the right decisions moving forward.
Yeah, that's a big if though. We gonna pray that they do, because they're gonna be the guys that make those decisions. We talking about the Bulls front office, so let's pray that they make the right decisions. But these are some words that's probably forbidden in Chicago Bulls fandom and or podcast by saying AK was right. Josh Giddey is a guy that you can build around. AK was right. Taking Matas Buzelis with the 11th pick was the right move. He is a success. AK was right for signing Lennon Miller to a two-way contract, keeping him with the Windy City Bulls. And Billy Donovan was right for bringing him up and giving him actual time to play on the court and letting us see who he really is as a basketball player. Now, I won't say those words again unless it's really just.
Because every time you get his front office credit or get his head coach credit, they make you look like Boo Boo the Fool. Real tough. Remember the first 6 games? I came out. Billy Donovan coaching his ass off. We go on the 7-game losing streak. It's just terrible. But hey, C-Dub, before we get up out of here, man, let's talk about another thing that has came up for the Chicago Bulls, and that is Jaden Ivey. So it is being reported that Jaden Ivey is inching closer and closer to possibly making his return to the team. And there's a possibility that Jaden Ivey can return to the team this week off of injury. I believe it's one of those things to where it's very, very important to see him on the basketball court. I'll dive into it a little bit more. But how you feeling? Do you feel like it's very important to see Jaden Ivey on the basketball court?
Why would it be very important to see Jaden Ivey on the basketball court? Jaden Ivey, this is respectfully, this is just about the game of basketball. But why would it be important to see Jaden Ivey on the basketball court? I feel as though we've seen what we were going to get from Jaden Ivey his first 10 games with the Bulls on the basketball court. He's lost a step athletically, and then it has affected his game. Even if it's just a little bit, it has affected his game because he always has been an athletic player. He is trying to learn to play a different way on the fly. And then you have the injury concern, which is congratulations to him. It was successful operation. He got to get back to the NBA and get dressed and play for the Pistons, get traded to the Bulls. But on occasion, he will get these knee soreness. Well, he's going to miss time. This time it's been 2 weeks. He may play another week and then need to be out another couple weeks. We've seen it before with Derrick Rose when he came back the first time, even the second time when Derrick came back. So it's not important. We should already know what we're gonna get from Jaden Ivey.
I think it's important simply because, like, I think you got some points where in your argument to where you saying that it's not important. I think some of those things is valid simply because of the hindrance of having that knee be a problem moving forward, which could be very well true. But I think that it's important for the Chicago Bulls to see Jaden Ivey on the basketball court simply because he entering restricted free agency. And this is one of those things to where you can make a decision to where how much are you gonna pay Jaden Ivey. I think that right now you already can go into restricted free agency trying to get him on a bargain deal simply because he has not shown enough to warrant 20, 25 million, 30 million per year. I think you can go ahead and get him on a low for a quote unquote Iodo Sumu, Kobe White type of deal, 11 million per year, 7 million per year type of deal. But I think it's important to get him on a basketball court because you need to see him operate alongside of Josh Giddey. See if he's going to be able to be a cornerstone piece for you to move forward. I think you need to do your due diligence now instead of waiting and trying to figure it out after the season. You need to see him within some games now to see if he's a guy that you can go ahead and lock up for the foreseeable future. Now, you don't need to try to figure out that situation later in the year after the season. I think you got to go out there and figure it out to see if he can be a part of this team moving forward. And I think that if you can come to that determination, you shouldn't waste any money on this guy if you don't feel like he could be a part of this team moving forward.
Well, I'm grading him in his totality. And when I say totality, I'm saying the first couple games that he played and the injury. And I'm saying I am nowhere near close to offering this man no 1 year, 2 year, $11 million per year contract.
Understood.
Just nowhere near close to that. And you heard what I said. I'm adding everything into question. Like the first couple games that he actually played and the injury or the knee soreness. All of that shit is up for review. All of it.
I think that's fair. Like I said, I think it's fair, but I still would like to see him on the basketball court just for me per se. I would love to see him on the basketball court so you can go out there and try to figure out some things for can he work with Josh Giddey? And if Rob Dillingham comes in and
I was
he's
about to
in there
ask you a
with Rob
question. Can I ask
Dillingham,
it?
can he work with Rob Dillingham? I just want to see if he can work with this team because I think that as a former lottery pick, I think he has something there that could have made him not necessarily an all-star, but a player that could contribute to a team that's trying to get better.
Are you willing to let him play because you want him to play? Are you willing to sacrifice the minutes of Rob Dillingham to let him play?
I think you got an avenue to where you can allow that to happen, but it's gonna come down to what Billy Donovan and this fucking front office wants to do. Simply
They're
because
stretched, nephew. They're stretched.
here's my point. You don't need Trey Jones to go out there and play 20 minutes a night because you know what Trey Jones is. You know what he is.
You think Billy ain't gonna play Trey?
I'm just saying from my perspective. I know it's
okay.
not gonna happen. I know they're still gonna play Trey Jones. I know they're still gonna try to get minutes for other guys. I'm just saying for the sake of me, for trying to figure this out, while you're a quote unquote tanking team, you don't need Trey Jones to go out there and play a bunch of minutes. You don't need Patrick Williams to play minutes. That's just how I'm looking at it. But to your point, just to add on to it, I just know that it's going to be very, very limited opportunities for the guy.
Yeah, that's what
so
I'm saying.
it might not be something that's beneficial for him or the Chicago Bulls.
Do you think okay, you probably don't think this. Like he missed the train. Like he just missed the chain. Like
Possibly.
he might have missed the train. Like I think you go full speed ahead and let Rob play. You let Leonard play. Who else in the young guys you want to see? You let Nick Richards play. I'm willing to. Well, we need the big guy though. We need Nick Richards.
Because Ivy not a big man, so Rich is gonna play.
And then Simons is Simons gonna try to get back into the fold? It could get real crowded. It'll be interesting to see.
Tell Simon sit his ass down. We know he leaving anyway. Sit your ass down.
For real.
Real talk. Tell Simon sit the fuck down. We know you leaving anyway, bro.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm looking at it. But I would like to get the guy the opportunity. But to your point, there is a fine line of, okay, should I take away from Rob, who has been progressively getting better? Should I take away from Leonard Miller, who's been getting better? No, you don't take away from them. How do you get this guy involved? That's for Billy Donovan to decide and figure out.
And you know who's been playing well, nephew, the last couple of games, getting the opportunity, nephew? Yuki. Yuki's been playing well.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna bring him in.
Yuki been playing well, yes or no?
I like Yuki, bro. Bro, if Yuki was 6'2", he'll be starting.
He'll be starting, nephew. But
not necessarily for this team, but for somebody else around the NBA, he would probably never even touch the Bulls.
But he's been a positive in every time he stepped on the court. He's getting steals, he hitting threes.
It's just the vision that the young guy carries. It's just the vision.
Yeah.
The passing ability and the vision of him and the effort on the defensive side that he gives. Like, I don't know what the stats say. I don't really care. I'm telling people what my eyes show me. Yuki goes out there and gives maximum damn near effort on the defensive end alongside with trying to distribute the basketball.
Yuki.
It's crazy.
If Yuki was 6'7", he'll be the greatest player in the world. If he was 6'7",
bro, if he was 6'2", he'll be motherfuckers wouldn't be doubting him to start in the league.
Bro.
If he was 6'2", I even give him 6'1".
Bro. He got a heart of a lion, bro. I got a lot of respect for Yuki, bro. I know what at the end is he can't get around what's fifth, what he 5'9". He can't get around that, but he got a heart of a lion, bro. He gonna go out there and give you 100% every time.
Hey, Yuki,
every time.
Yuki, shut down the season and go get the BBL height.
Get an ankle extension.
Yuki, go get the height extension, sir.
Don't listen to nephew, bro.
You'll be 6'2" tomorrow.
Bro, hell no, bro. Don't do that, Yuki, bro.
Yuki, you'll be 6'2" tomorrow, brother.
Hell no. God made you one way, Yuki. Leave it like that. He made it already. He made it.
He did. You get minutes in the NBA court.
Mm-hmm.
He good. But hey, man. You got anything left, bro? That's it.
Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We on our way to 10K. Hey, man, Matas Buzelis, he getting it, man. He win at Luka, bro. Let's see if he next year they gotta go at it.
He had to get humble. If you're gonna talk,
he humble. I don't think he humbled him
because he dropped 50.
He just got beat.
He dropped 50.
He fucked them up, but he still play again.
And that was well needed. That was
they gonna play again.
That was needed.
They gonna play again. Oh, it was needed. I'm with you on that. It definitely was needed. 100%.
Now, next time you go up against him, you gotta drop 50. Fuck you talking about?
He ain't gotta drop 50. He just kill him.
Drop a 30 piece, fry hard with lemon pepper.
Bro, just kill him. Bro, dunk him or something. He ain't gonna be able to block it.
Drop a 30 piece, fry hard.
Oh, bro, I can't wait, man. I love that for the kid.
You already know. But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. We definitely got a game that's coming up on Monday night. The Chicago Bulls will be back at it again. So if you want to be part of the live call, tune in, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell, man. It's lit over there. We're going to make sure that we rocking and rolling versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And y'all already know, man. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. That's it, man. Peace out. We're going to catch y'all on the next one. Cognac. Gang.